Hello, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Down. So we are playing more Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did more quests. That's all I remember. We just did more of the Four Lords quest line. I don't really remember all the details. Why? Because I have a really bad memory. Well, kind of. It's weird. Anyway, today we're going to continue. You are returned, and with the Tamate Bako of Geomancy, I gather. Legends and countless cultures tell of sacred relics that bring death and misfortune to those foolish enough to unleash their magics. Fortunately, that duty falls to Stormblood. Very good, very good. Of course, there was no need to fear for the well-being of the warrior who faced my brother Byako and lived. Let us brook no further delay and make ready for this next stage of Soroban's training. Listen well, everyone, for the magics we are about to unleash are ancient and terrifying. It is exceedingly dangerous, especially for Soroban. I wish we would stop saying that. Be at ease, Soroban. Byako will devote his energies to maintain the wards of Koryu's prison while we are occupied. Should you be indisposed for a time, we will manage. And I've been secretly practicing my arcanima in preparation for a time like this, so don't worry. No matter what happens, we'll be ready. After all, we've each got to do our part if you're going to claim the fabulous riches. I mean, if we're going to save the Ruby Sea from certain doom. Her enthusiasm notwithstanding, I expect we will need to turn to you should this training go awry. Take a moment to see to your equipment, and let me know when you are ready to begin. Whip. Whip, 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 whip. Right, again, everything is in order, then let us begin. Then shall we begin? Bear. Witnessing at a safe distance. Now, remember, Soroban, once opened, the box will spew forth smoke. Remain still and let it wash over you. Surrender to the magic and let it transform you into an auspice. And you are certain this will be temporary? As honored as I would be to join your ranks, I fear I am too young to be so old. Come, you lots, let us retreat to a safer distance. Cuff, hack, wheeze. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be bad for my throat. It's a fake. I knew it. Gosh, what a waste of time. There'd better be some treasure or something interesting inside. Foolish urchin! Ah! Is that really necessary? You couldn't just ask me to move nicely. What's that look for? Is there something on my face? My face! My beautiful face! It feels like outgoat leather left in the sun. Get a hold of yourself, child. You've been aged, nothing more. Be grateful you were not exposed longer, or you would have surely died. I may as well be 10 already. I can't bear to go on like this. Did I not tell you before that the magic is fleeting? You need to only endure it for a moment. All will be as it was. Bah, so preoccupied with the urchin, I have been completely forgot about Soroban. I hope he has not been overexposed to the magic. It has been, if he has been aged to excess, his Ramitama may already be. grog. Well, that answers that. On your guard, I'm afraid he means to kill us all. He bathed in the Tamate Bako's magic for far longer than the urchin, and so expect he will not return to normal so quickly. In fact, I dare say he will retain this form long enough to destroy the temple if we do not subdue him. Shazam! With me, Lin, urchin. Hold nothing back. Hello. Grah, grah. Oh, hey, look, another job that has completely changed. Or, well, not completely, but largely changed. Let's just say it like that. Eddie! Basically, Huton is gone. If you've played Ninja, then you should know what it is. Auspicious. Just meanwhile, Tataru is having issues with her carbuncle. Motions for a mighty blow. Get behind me. Hope I live to regret this. Yeah. Well, she's at least doing something. Not a lot, but she's doing something. Yarg. What is bubble thing he's chasing me? Have I help, Lin? I mean, I will take some of them, yes, true. But not all of them. Now, why are you... Oh my fucking god. Oh! Oh, yeah. Potion. Get away from me! Bugger. Let me just go ahead and do this. Stop! Yeek! Down for the count, yeah, Fucking Tataru, Jesus Christ. Oh yay. Fought. Up will. Gerard! It's growing weaker. Don't let up. What? My god, Jesus Christ, what a mess of a fight. Okay, Tataru. Tataru. Hmm? What happened? Why do you all look so exhausted? Oh, my dear Soroban. I knew you had potential, but it would seem I grossly underestimated your capacity for chaos. In any case, despite this unexpected turn of events, I should like to declare this training session a success. Let us take a moment to collect ourselves. Truth be told, this comes as a relief. Though Suraban's present strength pales in comparison to that of Byakko and myself, we now know for certain that his potential is extraordinary. I struggle to believe I could ever wield such power. All who are strong were once weak, Suraban. I am no exception. Until I met Tenzin, I was no more than a floundering turtle you see before you. You never did tell us how you fell in with him. Ah, well, if you wish to know the details. Do I? Long, long ago, when I had lived 100 or so years, and had only just begun to become something more, I received my first vision. A terrible calamity, one that would claim the lives of countless innocents, was imminent. But what was a little turtle to do? For while I had seen the future with crystal clarity, I was powerless to stop it. I could but look on, helpless, as cities burned and men died. So it was for centuries, until one day. After 500 years, I had grown stronger, more reckless. I believed I could make a difference, so when I foresaw a landslide that would bury a nearby village, I ventured forth to warn the people. Alas, while they were quick to discern I was no common animal, they could make no sense of my panicked flailings. To them I was a queer, dancing turtle, a source of considerable amusement, for I knew not the words of men, and so my warnings fell on deaf ears. It would be no different. Yet again they would die. The people turned and walked away, bored with the fleeting amusement, with a heart fit to burst with sorrow and despair. I made to quit the village. Just then I heard a voice, kind and gentle. Little one, you look troubled. Tell me what burdens you so. Though I knew he was addressing me, I doubt he would understand. Still I told him of my vision, of the landslide I knew would bury the village, and everyone in it, and my vain attempts to warn them. Your kindness is only surpassed by your bravery, little one. Fear not, I, Tenzin, and my comrade Byakko shall act in your stead. As Tenzin drew his sword, a great white tiger emerged from the wilds. Shall we give them a show? He whispered to the beast, which inclined its massive head ever so slightly in response. They then ran into the center of the village and began to fight as if they were bitter enemies intent on killing one another, blade and fang flashing, too fast for the eye to follow. The two broke apart for an instant, and Tenzin bellowed, "Hearken to me. This white demon thirsts for the blood of man. If you value your lives, flee this place. Seek shelter in the next village." Needless to say, the bewildered villagers gathered up whatever was at hand and ran screaming, too terrified to even look back. As the three of us watched them go, I heard the white demon mutter, "You know full well I have not once tasted man flesh." The village was destroyed in a landslide, as I had foreseen, but for the first time I had managed to make a difference. Thereafter we became traveling companions and close friends. I shared with them my visions, and together we labored to save those that we could. On the eve of what may perhaps be the greatest calamity I have ever foreseen, I feel Tenzin's absence keenly. Nevertheless, we must carry on. You may not have him, but you've got Lynn, and you know she's no slouch. Oh, indeed I do, and for this blessing we are grateful beyond measure. Right then, Soroban, you must resume your training at once, ere we forget the lessons of your time as an auspice. Yes, of course. Getting back to it, in that case I should return to the mountain of paperwork in Kagane I've been doing my best to ignore. Oh, and Soroban, I left a takoyaki with Kamaichi for safekeeping. You're not to get any until you've earned it. When next we call upon you, Lin, I expect it will be to deal with one of my comrades. Shirk not your own training, for it will not be easy. Under these circumstances, I do not think I will have time to return to Tamamiza for even a short spell. Should be so kind as to inform the elder. Alright, going forward and back again. Surprised that this is like a quest just in between it. Like no trial or nothing, just a dungeon. That's interesting, though. A pleasure, Lynn. Did you have the chance to visit with Soroban? How fares he with his training? Extraordinary. He's always been diligent and hard-working, but even so, to think he is blessed with such incredible potential, I cannot help but wonder who else among us might possess of similar abilities. Yet I understand his trepidation. With great power comes great responsibility, as is often said. We need to keep a close eye on him, to ensure he does not succumb to fear and attempt to flee his training. A super ether or super potion. Sure, whatever. One moment, I need to do something for a hot second, and there we go. Social... something. Anyway, whatever. Social expectation met. How kind of you to pay us a visit, Lynn. Now I need not summon you. But a moment ago, a certain surly cat returned with another missive addressed to you. See for yourself. Brave adventurer who stood fast and quelled the raging Aramitama of my comrade Byakko. The time has come for you to return to Raisin Temple. I presume the auspices of Hell's Lid have need of you once more? If so, give my regards to them and dear Soroban. Okay. And back we go. Like I said, forward and back, and forward and back, and then forward and back. And a one step forward. My eyes! Pray deliver me unto the island of hell, and to the lid of hell. Ah, hell. Free. Headed for the temple or just taking yeah, the usual. The usual boring shit. I'm sorry, that was uncouth. Well met, Lynn, well met. But wait, where's the little Urchin girl of whom I have grown so fond? It would be remiss for us to proceed without her, would it not? Why not summon her with that trinket of yours, your link pearl? Hello, Lynn, is that you? Right now. Very well, if you insist. What wondrous things these link pearls. Now then, let us await until your friend arrives. Lynn, Gambu. Ah, good of you to join us, little urchin girl. You know, there's such a thing as running a joke into the ground. It pleases me to inform you that thanks to your assistance with his training, Soroban's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Ere long we may count him among our most formidable warriors. Out of curiosity, where is Soroban anyway? Engrossed in a very special exercise, I'm afraid. Trust me when I say he would not want you to see him in his current state. Working up a sweat, no doubt. Glad to hear it. But I called you here not to discuss our Kojin friend. The ward has grown weaker, presaging Koryu's inevitable escape. Before he breaks free, the four lords must marshal their strength. And so then, I must entreat you to quell the raging Aramitama of a dear comrade once more. A fight, is it? That's where Warrior of Light shines. Who is her opponent this time? See for yourself. She should be joining us shortly. It has been too long, elder brother. Several hundred years by my reckoning. Am I to assume you have kept your silent vigil all this time, Suzaku? Let us not speak of such things. You bade me come hither for another purpose. That I did. Koryu's wards grow weaker by the day, and the calamity he would visit upon us draws nigh. The four lords must join their strength together once more. And to that end this warrior would unburden my tortured soul. Just so. Hers is a power far surpassing that of mortal men, She is heir to the legacy of Tenzin.
Brother, how dare you compare this creature to that shining paragon of virtue, of kindness? You sully his memory. And you dare think yourself his equal, his better? Then I will put you to the proof, and when you fall, it will be a fate most deserving. Turn back if you would not have it be so, or join me in misery. Compared to Byakko, she seems much more angry.
The Ramatama feeds upon her grief, and fuels her rage. She yet mourns her love lost, but it is not my place to speak. Go to her, brave warrior, and learn the truth of her heart.
You crave battle, then, even if it brings you your death. Out of duty, you pit yourself against enemies even stronger, without hesitation, without fear. You muster your courage and... No! You're not even a pale shadow of his glory. There was but one man fit to wear the mantle of hero, and he has long since passed from this world. If so, then the Ruby Sea will be consumed by Koryu's fiery judgment, and we, her sworn protectors, would have failed in our duty. Is Tenzin's memory so sacred that you would doom this land out of spite? Wait, was that Byakko who said that? That was Byakko who said that. Anyway, sorry. Oh, Byakko, do you not see? Before I called you brother, I was but a bird who left a man. Perhaps I can do this. Perhaps that was all there ever was to be. For I can brook no replacement at my side or in my heart. Not so easily as you.
Have you forgotten his final moments? How he fought and died to defeat Koryu? How he sacrificed himself before our very eyes?
How dare you ask me of that? Every detail is forever seared in my mind's eye, a blackened scar upon my soul. How could I possibly forget?
Nor should you, nor will I forget every day we spent together on the road. But to exalt the past over the present, to live life in mourning and never move on, is to dishonor his memory.
How dare you speak to me of dishonor? You, who have opened our home to this pretender. To see her plainly, how she has wormed her way into your heart, mimicking Tenzin's manner, cloaking herself in his scent, seeking to supplant Tenzin in our minds.
Listen to yourself, my sister. The Ramitama has driven you to see only in shadows. Let it be quelled before your soul is forever lost.
Only to Tenzin will I entrust my soul. Only his love will I accept. You have nothing to fear from me. You said, oh, Tenzin. Very well, but I will brook no delay. I will await you in the depths, in my place of mourning, and when it is ended, I shall mourn you too.
Forgive her, Lin. She is yet consumed by her failure to save Tenzin all those years ago. The regret is as a festering wound. The love she bore him gave her strength once. Alas, through it the Ramitama has found purchase in her soul. It feeds on her grief and despair. The splendor of your presence troubles her as well. She senses your blessing, and it reminds her of him. There were moments when she looked on you with a fire in her eyes. When she gives herself to the Ramitama, she may surrender to her delusions as well. If so, do not be alarmed by what she says. Stand fast and free her from her torment. Be warned, she commands many powers, including the ability to manipulate geomantic currents. Only by remaining observant will you survive. So we unlock Hell's Cure. Ah, hell! Now you see.
Alright, my friends, I'm gonna, well, be right back, because I'm gonna need to queue up for this trial again. Okay, with the help of some some dear comrades, I have lowered the amount of time it took for me to queue into this. So it didn't take 35 minutes this time, it took, like 3 minutes. Yep. She crazy. Say hello to Bourbon Armor. We're gonna zoom out. So I have full view over the battlefield. And as expected, she thinks that we are Tenzin. Because of the Aramita. Right, just gonna revive the other burbs. Whomst you should kill. Because they... Also, why are they spreading them around? That's not great. You will see why later. As she casts the very thing that I was referencing, which is Phoenix Down. These feathers are going to blow up in AoEs, and any bird that is in one of these AoEs is going to get revived. Meaning you should kill those freaking feathers, but we're not going to be fast enough, so... At least not for the other one. And for that one it wouldn't have mattered, because the bird was lying on 2 freaking things. Anyway, whatever. If they do rest, then they're going to rest with a lot more HP. So. And I think they do have like a rage too. In any case, have it in extreme. But it would enrage at some point and do a lot of damage and hit you with debuffs. So you would rather not have that happen. Basically, 2 of them is a wipe in extreme. So right. And now we are here. I'm not moving from my spot, you fucking viper. Yep, you heard me. Move. I was here first. Anyway, are you ready for a game of DDR? Point yourself in the direction of the arrow when the ball reaches you, and you will get a buff. Slowly introducing you to the system. If you fail it, the boss is instead going to get a damage up, and you will lose yours. And will also fill the Scarlet Melody, which will in turn determine the amount of damage. Together with the damage up that the boss had. Here's the thing that the boss gets damage up. I'm not 100% sure about that one. Anyway. There's also in the meantime transforming in there. And this is her true form. That looks awesome. Was it always so awesome? Right, and time for the actual boss. Siphon Star is rate by damage. Rooted with Flame will knock you back. You can fall out of the arena and in the middle. Phantom Flurry is a tank buster. It hits you a lot of times, and then she's gonna cleave the room, like half the room in a certain direction. Just the room, like just a freaking line, a big AOE. And then we get this. It's gonna have a bird go around the arena and activate the platforms when it touches the sigil behind it. So it touches the black one and the black one's gonna blow up. Right now they're all lined up like this, but later on we're gonna get a slight deviation to it. Good music once again. As I would expect of Soken. Another Ruthless Refrain, that's gonna knock us back again. So many things to press and freaking Ninja Burst. There we go. That was pretty good. Of course, the Pictomancer is still above me because Picto does way too much damage. It's bonkers, man. Incandescent interlude. It's going to make towers appear. And AoEs. Nothing too special. Just that people take towers. Otherwise it will turn into right damage with a Vuln, I'm pretty dang sure. Another Phantom Flurry. With a Room Cleave connected to it. Lines, just a lot of AoEs. Just dodge forehead. Another right wide. Okay, and then we've got that over there. We've also got the Pictomancer doing an LB3. Alright, so now we're going to have them all lined up like this. So it's first going to be yellow. Or it's going to be yellow and cross then, okay. So basically just stand where yellow is. After it goes off, and you win. Plain and simple. Simple math, really. That's it. Not bad at all. Easy. I got a player commentation. Nice. How long have I been blinded by this dream, this never-ending nightmare, unable to escape the memory of my beloved? I owe you an apology, brave warrior, as well as my life, in spite of the crude and disrespectful way I treated you. You nevertheless risked your life to free my heart from the terrible delusion which threatened to consume my soul. For the first time in centuries, I can reflect on my time with the man I so deeply loved without being driven to tears. I was born into this world long, long ago, blessed with crimson plumage that shone like blazing fire in the sun. My form was likened to that of the Firebird of legend, a being said to have the power to confirm immortality upon mortal men. Thus was I pursued endlessly by those who yearned to conquer death. To them, to all mankind, I was no more than a means to an end. But Tenzin did not look upon me so. To him I was so much more, and he would become everything to me. Together we traveled, me four lords and the samurai. As comrades in arms, we journeyed around, feared at first by many for our nature. But Tenzin, dear Tenzin, would not close his heart to the people's plight. Not once did he hesitate to proffer a helping hand, and one by one, he won over those who once cursed and condemned us. Be there Oni in the east to slay, or revenants in the west to exercise, without hesitation would he bid us rise to the challenge, and leave grateful men and women to spread word of our deeds, word which one day reached the ears of the king, or if of a king. 'Twas by the king's order that we battled the mad Auspice Koryu. Despite the many deeds to our credit, we four had only lived some few centuries, and were no match for our foe. Against the might of Koryu's raging Aramitama, my brothers and I were powerless. But Tenzin, brave Tenzin, he would not be denied. At the last he unleashed a powerful technique, knowing full well that it would leave him exposed. I watched as the light left his eyes forever. Had I been the Firebird of legend, had I been possessed of the power of immortality, had I been able to rescue him from death's obsidian abyss. And then the cruelest irony of it all. Centuries later, when I finally went through the change, immortality became mine to command. I can but wonder if my bottomless grief for my beloved made it so. The power for which I yearned so desperately that day is now mine. If not to save him, then perhaps to save those for whom Tenzin died. For the memory of my beloved, for his legacy, I shall fight. Let us go and tell Genbu together. And Lin, thank you. Whip. Oh, I see you are still in one piece. I gather all went well. Rest assured, elder brother, that I am myself once more. You certainly seem different from before, as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Your face is the very picture of serenity, I'd say. How very perceptive you are, little one, indeed. I have at long last come to accept the passing of my beloved Tenzin. Long last indeed. Perhaps such prolonged periods of distress are unavoidable when one lives for more than 1,000 years. I myself am no stranger to melancholy. No, my brother, that you most certainly are not. Oh, how forgetful of me. I have yet to see how Soraban's training is coming along. Soraban? Soraban! Wait, I know this joke. It's a Firebird! No, it's an airship! Oh, no, genre-savvy urchin, for this in fact. Soraban! I mean, I expected him in some capacity, but not like this. No one has told me that this training would lead to such a radical transformation. Look at me, I'm a giant tortoise. A tortoise. I was wrong. This is the very definition of running a joke into the ground. There's no need to panic, Soraban. You probably just recited the words improperly and offered your body as a vessel for a great tortoise kami. It seems to me like a very, very good reason for panic, unless I will return to normal after a short while, like Mr. Tamate Bako of Jumanji. Ah, well, I cannot say with any significant degree of certainty, but you might regain your original form by the time Lin quells Seryu's Ramitama.
Might? Might? What is this might? Might is not an acceptable answer. You must be exhausted from your battle with Suzaku, my friend. Perhaps it would be best if you returned to the land above and took a rest.
He's right. I doubt we'll be needed here for some time, and Soroban seems to be in no mood for company. Be sure to contact me if anything comes up.
I have been meaning to return home, even if only brief. Given my current state, it seems unlikely. If you could go in my stead and tell the Elder I am hale and healthy, I would be most grateful.
I love all the goofiness around these freaking auspices. It's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good.
Ah, Lynn. All is well with our friend beneath Hell's Lit. What of Soroban? How goes his training? He failed to perform a ritual correctly and was transformed into a tortoise, you say. But you are aware that... Oh, I see. It is some matter of a Yorkshire joke. Are very amusing. A pity we will not see him again for the foreseeable future, but I will trust it is for the best, as before. He should take as much time as required. He is a tortoise after all. No, it still makes no sense to me.
And we get hum. Learn the emote hum. So now we can do slash hum. Just like this, for some reason. I think I can start the next quest and we'll see how it goes.
Passing through, or here for another reason? Regardless, I have tidings from a friend beneath Hell's Lit. Not a missive delivered by one of the auspices. A raccoon dog, I believe. It was rather agitated too. Fear matters may be coming to a head.
Koryu's wards are on the verge of failure. Return to Raisin Temple at once, before you. Were not for the urchin, I've sent a messenger to her as well.
Straight to the point, was it? Do not let me keep you then.
Sakazuki. Wait, now it's the Baltesian Arsenal again? Huh. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about something. I need to check something after this, because now I'm very curious about something.
Good, good. Then let us proceed.
You weren't exaggerating, were you, about Koryu's wards?
Would that I were. Soroban and my comrades are doing their utmost to maintain them for now. But I fear Koryu will not be denied. Even now I do not understand. I was certain we had more time to prepare. Bah, worrying over my mistake will avail us nothing. Only the strength of the four lords, united, will see us through this crisis. Only together can we hope to renew the watch and keep Koryu in his prison. It falls to you, Lin, to call the Aramitama of our comrade Seiryu. Will you do this for us, brave warrior? I doubted not that you would agree, but I am nevertheless relieved. The last of our quartet is perhaps the most formidable among us, for in battle he commands a great host of Shiki. You will see this yourself soon enough, but for now we must wait patiently.
Nay, Genbu, you need wait no longer.
You are come sooner than expected, comrade. I trust our messenger informed you of the dire circumstances. Then you know what must be done. This warrior, Lin, will face you in battle, as she did Suzaku and Byakko before you.
Very well, but not here, for this is a temple, not a battlefield. To the east of Hingashi is an island I have claimed as my own. There we may wreak havoc to our heart's content. 'Tis far from this place, but a warrior such as you would not balk at a lengthy swim, I trust.
Perhaps not, but it would needlessly tire her before the trial. I will use my command of the flowing waters to speed her way.
If it means I am spared the burden of looking after her, then I am all for it. We shall gather at the Isle of Beko first, and from there begin our journey.
Urchin, while I am away, I'll leave you in charge.
Yes, sir, Tiny Turtle, sir. I'll keep a close eye on the others while they work their magics or whatever it is they're doing.
Whee!
Oh, what magnificent weather. Lynn, was it? I see why Genbu favors you. You are not unlike him. That much is plain. Tenzin too was possessed of a quiet confidence. A well-deserved one at that. When he met with his foes in battle, blade in hand, he was magnificent.
As well you should know, having been bested by him in single combat. Which is why you chose to join us, was it not?
Aye, I vowed to surpass him, and from that day forward trained tirelessly to hone my skills that I might claim victory in a rematch, only to be forever denied the chance when Koryu struck him down. By the time I had become a full-fledged auspice worthy of the Four Lords, there was no one left to fight. My vow was broken, my purpose lost.
So do you.
But the whispers within told me of another. They promised me redemption, vengeance, by destroying the fiend that robbed us all of Tenzin long ago.
Whispers? Brother, no. You mustn't.
The strength to lay Koryu low can be yours if you but give voice to me. If you but let me lead the way. And so I have, brother. I have embraced the Aramitama.
Folly. All know not to trust its honeyed words and false promises. And yet you would surrender to it, body and soul, perchance forevermore? Turn back, brother, I beg of you, before it is too late, when you fall to the primal rage and become a broken shell, like Koryu.
Think you I know not what is at stake? If I must become a demon to slay another, then I will do so gladly. My vow demands it. Only by embracing the Aramitama will we ever rid ourselves of Koryu. This I know. You will not sway me from this path, warrior.
I will quell your Aramitama one way or another.
I see you two are committed to your cause. Hardly surprising, given that you fought Byakko and Suzaku. Then we shall forge further debate. Shall forego further debate, and let the battle determine who is right and who is dead.
That is indeed a troubling development. In embracing the Aramitama, the Shiki he commands may pose a far greater threat. Nevertheless, our purpose is unchanged. We must show him the error of his ways, then, and save him from his primal rage.
Yes, sir. That is what we will do in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Deadlines, where we played Final Fantasy XIV. In the next episode, we're going to go and do the Wreath of Snakes and finish off the Four Lords side quest line. Goodbye.